Hi, my name is Carter Popkin, and I'm applying for the Lafayette Fellowship. Most American Francophiles come to France through its art, its museums, its cinema, its cuisine. I come to France through Battambang, a Cambodian city that's still covered in French colonial architecture. My last year, I spent there as a Fulbright, teaching English and circus and doing research into the aftermath of American intervention in Cambodia. While there, I started a theatrical exchange between Chicago's Looking Glass Theater and Cambodia's Phar Panlu Salpak that delved into this history. The relentless bombing campaigns, the destabilization that allowed for the rise of the Khmer Rouge. But every day I spent there, driving the long boulevards and going through the roundabouts and admiring the Parisian ironwork still there but fading, I realized I only knew half of the story. My relationship with French influence started long before I went to Cambodia. At age 11, I started taking ballet classes at Starship Dance Studio. After a few years of training, I began performing professionally. I started training with larger theaters like the American Ballet Theater. But still, every time I had an opportunity to, I came back to my one-room studio, Starship. Coming back a decade later, luckily Starship remains, but most of the other studios in my town don't exist anymore. In Chicago, the pattern continued. At Northwestern, I continued to develop as an artist. I ran an avant-garde theater company. I became a circus artist, and I developed the collaborative skills I'd need in Cambodia. But at the same time, Chicago theater took a turn for the worst. Theater after theater closed down, and the theater I admired most, Looking Glass, particularly struggled after the pandemic. France has solved these problems. State-funded arts, legal protections for cultural industries, and a national commitment to treat art as a public good. Being a Lafayette Fellow would allow me to study these legal frameworks at the University of Bordeaux. So hopefully, I can bring some of them back to the United States. But I'll also bring something. Most of American Francophiles understand France as a European country. I understand France through its colonial legacy in Cambodia. And the current theatrical work I'm doing could deeply benefit from French artists' perspective on this shared history. For that reason and all the others I've listed, I would be more than honored to join the inaugural cohort of Lafayette Fellows.